Mike, am I doing this correct?
See, he's asking all these questions.
I'm sorry, I should have had this. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
This is Erin Gray
Exactly.
of Buck Rogers and Silver Spoons fame, and do the line.
And from Bloomingdale's. Bloomingdale's like no other store in the world.
Sexy. My mom will like that. She's a Bloomingdale's fan. Mike DeVito of CCD right here. All right, Mike. You got a low voice, so speak up.
How was it being on Buck Rogers and having such a powerful role for a woman in science fiction at that time, especially?
Well,
there wasn't so many roles like that.
It was an honor, first of all. Most of the roles I did throughout my career have always played strong women, and which was great. I didn't realize the impact of my role until many years later when I would get women coming up to me and saying that I was the reason they joined the Air Force or became a cop or something.
Oh, wow.
I thought, well, that's cool. I mean, I still get goosebumps when I think about it or even say it, because the idea that I could have influenced so many young girls as to thinking outside the box and thinking that they could do something, that they could go after it, and it's very powerful.
Now, I know that there's a web series, I think, that's starting. Did it start out already, or is it starting up? Buck Rogers, the new web series?
Right, it's a web series called Buck Rogers Begins. It's a prequel to the Buck Rogers series, in a sense. Or I could say a prequel to the Buck Rogers story in the comic book.
Do you play the mom of your character?
No, I actually play Buck Rogers' mom.
Oh, really?
Gil and I play Buck's mom and dad.
I'm sure that would be freaky for him later on, and say, hey, look, my girl looks like my mom,
Well, what's interesting...
Very Freudian.
Wait a minute. What's interesting is it takes place in the turn of the early 1900s, so it's based on the original Buck Rogers comic strip, which was 1929, if I remember correctly. 22. I have to look that up.
All right.
Okay.
We'll fact check it.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Let me know. But anyway, I do know it first came out on January 7th, which is my birthday. I thought that was pretty cool.
Look at that.
You're the nice. But anyway, my daughter, in real life, ends up playing Buck Rogers' girlfriend in the prequel episode, and they were thinking that if it goes, and they end up doing more of the series, when he comes out of the cave, which is what the original premise is, he meets a girl who looks exactly like his girlfriend of 5 years later, which again is my daughter.
It's kind of a cool idea.
So she plays Colonel Wilma Deering in the webisode series.
What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Samantha.
Samantha
Gray.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Keep an eye out for her.
That's good.
Yeah,
I definitely, when I saw that, I wanted to look into it more and hear more about it. So they've only shot, there's only one episode
We actually have shot only half of the 2-hour movie.
Oh, okay.
So now they're raising money, unfortunately, to do the other half. So
is there
anybody fan want to help be part of it?
I got $10.
Okay, there you go. $10 here and there, and all I
It's a bagel on the set.
Is there a website in place or anything for it yet? Or
and there should be. Look for James Cawley, Cawley, and there should be. I know he also produced the Star Trek series, series. So
that's interesting.
yeah.
So he has a sci-fi background.
Okay.
So now to switch gears a little bit, I know you were also in a horror movie. You were in Jason Goes to Hell, right?
Yes, I was.
She sounds so proud of that one.
It's one of those things.
It's one of those things that, I was just telling a guy yesterday, I was on a plane coming here, and I said, I don't watch horror films, I don't like horror films, I was in one horror film, it's not my thing.
And you hear about it forever,
But it's great. I mean, I'm glad the fans enjoy it. It's all part of a whole series, Friday the 13th series, which is great. And it really took Sean Cunningham, the executive producer, to talk me into it. And he was very, very persuading. He called me up and he said, Erin, he said, it's not a horror film. And I went,
It's a psychological drama.
No. He said it's black comedy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
It's a good way to look at it.
Trust me. He said when you go to the theater, they're all going to be talking back to the screen. They're going to say, it's behind the door, dummy. And you know what? He was absolutely
It's a good way to look at it, yeah.
When I looked at it, people were laughing. It was like a big party. We had it at Grauman's.
I got to be honest, I've never seen it. No.
Oh, okay.
All right.
How was it working on Silver Spoons? That must have been great. A big sitcom.
Actually, Silver Spoons was probably the highlight for me in terms of.
I miss that show. They don't show the repeats or anything. It sucks.
But the combination of working and being a mom, it was the perfect job as an actress. In fact, that I could go to work at 12 because Ricky was in school until then, weekend, and then we couldn't work late, so I left early. So I made every
cool.
Little League game and all the parents' meetings, and I could be a mom and be an actress at the same time. So
Works out.
that was really nice.
Young
And also,
Alfonso on the set.
I
Yeah.
love working with Alfonso. I got to tell you, I really also love Jason Bateman.
Yeah,
Jason Bateman.
I forgot Jason Bateman was on that show.
Best friend.
Oh, wow.
Mischievous. Probably the most talented young actor I've ever worked
Oh, wow.
with.
My oldest Jason Bateman memory is the Hogan family, you know?
No.
Or Valerie's family.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys are before that,
We
yeah.
were
I don't remember him on
No,
that.
he was great. You got to see some of the first season of Silver Spoon.
Is it on DVD? I don't even know.
It did come out on DVD, and
I'm gonna be buying that.
Hulu.com.
Okay, yeah.
It is on Google.
Yeah.
Cool.
And do you have any projects or anything coming up that we can look forward to seeing?
Well, thank you for asking. I do. I have 2 films. One's called Dreams Awake, where I'm starring in the film, and it's about a woman who's having disturbing nightmares. And
Who's having what?
disturbing nightmares.
Oh, okay.
And she ends up going on a family vacation. The car breaks down, and the location that they break down is the same location of her dreams. And
Freaky.
Yeah, and most particularly a mountain. It's Mount Shasta. And what's really funny is that a lot of people who live in Mount Shasta actually live there because their car broke down, and they went, "Oh, this is really
let's just
nice
stay."
here.
Yeah.
It's also
Weird.
a very spiritual place. It's the only film that's ever been allowed to be filmed on Mount Shasta.
Why is that?
Because it's Indian sacred ground.
Oh, okay.
So we had to get permission from the elders to shoot there, and because
Did you take any peyote? Tell us. Tell the truth.
not then.
No.
but the movie's very spiritual, and let's just say she perhaps goes into another dimension,
All right.
climbs a mountain,
Sounds crazy.
and then discovers some truths about what really happened to her parents and how they really died.
Why she's been having the dreams. All right. Sounds good.
And then there's another film I just finished doing called Nesting, an independent film.
That
And
I've
this
heard
one
the
I'm
name.
just guest appearing on. I play a very angry woman who's overworked and hassled, and somebody is deciding to picnic in her apartment building, much to her chagrin.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll look out for that.
It was very nice to meet you. Thank you very much for giving us the interview.
Thank you very
Hope you
welcome.
have a great show. Enjoy your weekend.
Want to say goodbye?
Bye.